is a little bit, yeah, the connection. Oh, wow, sorry. Okay, whatever. I hope it's the cable, because this is a DPA. Come on, like, come on. Okay, here we go. Let's do the producers. Actually, I don't know. It's always like a thing that should we wait for people to join or no? I could say that I don't care, but obviously this stream is for you guys. I mean, you know. But it's gonna be up, so anybody can watch later. Yo yo yo, hi, Super Gabo, Justin, hello, Green Wolf, let's go. Hi guys. Yes, I send you also a heart in the chat. One more heart. And 100. Yeah. J Sanch, AAA, and LFO, hi. Yo, both three of you, like, yo, like, all the loopers are here. Awesome. Actually, I wanted to say I really enjoyed the loop wildcards, and I'm really looking forward to these ones to see the rest. Because, yes, I'm going to do a looping stream again after the announcement, because I want to answer all the questions you have, because this year was nothing like the others. Like other years, it was way easier to rank and differentiate, but here it came down to so minor details that I felt like I needed a different approach for being happy with my ranking. So yeah, I'll explain that and answer all the questions you might have regarding why did I put who and where, and I'm gonna reveal which judge am I and which is my list, because why not? I'm confident about it. So it's my list and I'm happy with it, and yeah, and I'm happy to explain anything to anybody who's willing to ask respectfully. So yeah, that's the only thing. Don't forget to like the stream and let people know that this is happening, especially if they are being watched, being reacted on. And yeah, I think let's get into it. There are some people in the chat already. There are some people in the stream already. So let's go. We're gonna start. I think we have like 14 wild cards left in this category, and then later this week we're gonna do that loop reaction stream that I just talked about, and we're gonna do crew category also. I hope you guys are interested in that. At least the crews are interested, hopefully. And yeah, this time, actually, I think I'm gonna go the same way as before on the loops. So I'll write my comments while watching the video, and then read my comments and talk a little bit about it, if that's good for you. Yo, Husk, my Hungarian brother, and Milo, my other Hungarian brothers, Looper brothers. Good to see you. Yeah. Királyok voltak a wildcardok, és nagyon örülök, hogy volt két magyar wildcard. Szanaszét adom. Yes. What are people's top 2? Eh? I don't know. Oh, you mean asking in the chat, like, what? Okay, what people thinks that what's top 2 for you? Oh yeah, you can discuss that. You have no effect on me. Okay, let's do and watch Mr. Asuo and the others. Let's go.
Hi, my name is Mr. Asuo, and this is my producer wildcard for the Grand Beatbox Battle 2025 World League. Hope you enjoy it.
Appreciate the screen capture. Okay. Okay. Oops. Did I
Hi,
press
I'm
some?
Mr.
Oh yeah. His
Hi,
loop
my name is
wildcard.
Mr.
I really, really loved his loop wildcard, to be honest. Um, and on this one, I need to give points. And then I'll read my thoughts about it. Let me see. Where do I want him to fall? Let's just quickly give points, then we talk about it. We don't talk about it. Kind of. Yeah. Legit. Well, yeah, I think it's fine for now. Okay, so I read my comments. Yeah, Slather is upcoming. Yes, Slather is upcoming, and I read the comments. I'll answer in a sec. So, for Mr. Asu, what I wrote: I appreciate that I hear your voice. Interesting mystery circus vibes. I like the design of the drop, but missed the lead up to it on the first one. I really appreciate some button pressing and some interaction with the gear. Love the new build up. I mean, the before the second drop. And then I wrote that really cool song. But as for a competition, I feel like a bit more could have been done since everything is allowed. Actually, it's weird because in lot of senses, no, in all senses, I prefer his loop wildcard. Mix wise, music wise, and that's less gear. So again, the age old question is like more gear is better, not necessarily, but yeah. So these are my thoughts on this one. And about I saw a question about what are your thoughts on the 2 spots this year. Do you feel like this could have benefited from more, say 4 or 6 spots? No, I don't think so. For me, I like it now this way, especially that I know how things gonna go down for the producers. And I mean, not the results, but the live event stuff. And I think right now, since this is still like a beatbox competition, this is a spin-off. This is a spin-off to give space for almost infinite creativity. The only thing you cannot do is you can't bring instruments, which would be amazing for me to bring instruments. But still, I get it. Why not? Because this is Grand Beatbox Battle. Maybe another event that merges beatbox stuff and just live producing stuff. Also, we'll see. But as for now, I think this is fine. That producer still can happen. That's good. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I kind of hope producer is more DAWs this year. I want to see more clear distinction between loop and producer. I see that point. I like these hybrid approaches a lot. Yeah. I hope there are more three-letter named Chinese producers this year. Okay. You mean like LFOs? Okay. Let's go. Duncan.
What's up, guys? Duncan here. This is my wildcard for GBB25 producer category. Let's go.
Okay. Okay. You literally went Loopstation with Launchpad. Cool. Ooh, that's a beefy kick. Okay. Much love, Miguel.
GBB, are you ready for something truly original? Beatbox looping, all from the mouth. Here we go. With the side of fries, I eat so much I order twice. I don't know how to read the lines, bitch.
Okay, Duncan, my man, it's really hard for me to judge because I know this round we kind of worked on it a little bit together in some lessons. How the fuck do I judge this? Oh my god. Yeah, okay. Staying as objective as I can. This was like a year ago, so this was kind of a reuse of something. And he used his old setup, old GBB setup. I think this was supposed to be one of his rounds for GBB, and he used it in Chinese gems also, I think. Yeah. Let's see what I can give you in points. Whoa, 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 whoa. Mm-hmm. Okay. Kind of like where he is falling right now. Let's see. Well, if mm-hmm. One sec. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cool. Yo, hey runner. Good to see you. And Frosty in the chat. Yo, yo, yo. Okay. Mm. Yeah. So let's talk about it. First of all, I told you that I know this round, and 1 year ago or half a year ago or something like that, we kind of worked on it together. The beginning idea. I like this version too. But also there was an idea where he wanted to do like, this shitty beatbox when he's like wah 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 wee bee bee wah wah wah. But he decided to imitate the drops with beatbox. I like the idea, but again, it couldn't hit that much because I knew it, and so it makes it super hard for me to just get out of my head and try to, but I think the points making him fall in the right place. What I wrote is a bit slow on the build for the category. I love the melody and the spacey vibes. Then I wrote that Atmos left the chat. If you don't know, Atmos is a Belgian the drum and bass producer who's pioneering this, frog bass sounds. The boy, boy, boy. Then, okay, the lyrics. We heard these lyrics a couple of times, and with vibe, I don't know how does it fit to the song. And it's been used by a lot of loopers. I don't know who came up with it originally. Was it Mr. Esuo or someone? But yeah. Then again, the drop is crazy, especially the fact that this is just an MK2 with the launch pad is ridiculous. It's crazy, but so far I feel like we heard a bit cleaner productions. Of course, it's kind of with the gear and everything, but yeah, I like this vibe of drum and bass a lot. So yeah, kind of these are my inputs. Yeah, it's crazy that this is just one Loopstation doing the why and everything, like the second drum.
To read the lines twice, I don't know how to read the lines, bitch.
And also using the automation thing. It's really cool. I like that machine gun sound. That's so nice texture with the little top crunch. Okay, I think let's move on. Bam. Silent
GB, and this is gonna be my producer wildcard for the GBB25 producer Loopstation producer category. I hope you guys enjoy.
Why is he doing that? That scares me. Okay, again the Yasweed kind of bass. Okay, he's taking the same approach as Yasweed, where he's not actually using the second device. I still don't know what to think about that. Okay. Okay. I kind of already gave points-ish. And yeah, okay. First note, the Yasweed kind of bass. That's everybody's using the same bass. I don't know. Yeah. Then I made a note that no second device use. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Yeah, I'll think about it off stream. I have it noted. The percussion's going super hard, beautiful, but the main drums as not clean as the percussions are clean. So if you listen to it, especially the snare is like the is like not the cleanest one, to be honest. And overall, I wrote down that I like the ideas a lot, but the mix less. Everything is a bit over reverbed or something that makes a lot of masking. Something feels like that I don't hear the sounds directly, but there's always happening some effect or some EQ decisions or reverb. I'm not totally sure. Maybe just too loud reverb on individual sounds or whatever it is. Yeah, the mixing robs a lot from the potential of this one, and I really like the second drop, the negative fills, as I call them, when you don't add the fill with the drums, like or like, you know, a tom fill or whatever, but you take away the drums and then bring it back, so you create the fill with silence actually. Yeah. I see some questions. I see a lot of questions. Yeah. For example, Husks asks, what do I think about the, if I take it into consideration, the setup? No, it personally impresses me when somebody does something really cool with just MK, like for example Duncan just doing Launchpad and MK2 and getting those textures out of it and fairly clean. But this is a producer category, so everything is allowed. I don't care what you bring the best music you can, and I don't really care about what you use for it. I just judge the music. Personally, yes, I'm impressed with some of the clean stuff. This wildcard, I really like the main ideas, but again, the mix is just not cutting it for me. And yeah, but definitely a cool one. And I don't know what I feel about the second device usage. I'll think about if that's something further deductive, because this is meant to be a multiple device category and it's in the rules, and yeah, you play by the rules because you looped some ghost stuff, but you didn't actually use the extra devices. So I'm not sure what to feel about it. Yeah. What you Okay, so this voice trigger and voice sourced stuff is it's getting a like how can I say it? When we listen to these wildcards, it's impossible to know every sound how it's made, right? It's impossible. Later on, we're gonna check more, of course, with the top winners, and we know the setup of everybody. Yes, but it's impossible to know every effect how it's actually made. So it's, I don't know how to say it. There's a category for it, but how I use that category for points is more the feel and more the, I don't know, the usage of the equipment. I would say that. So, yeah, I can judge it as a failure in technicality and not displaying any technical skill on the second device. Yeah, sure. Or I can just give everybody extra points and not for him. So like, the point system is just there for being there. At the end of the day, the better music wins. Who makes better music within the rules? That's the most important thing. Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Yuan.
Hey guys, I'm Yuan. Hope you have a great day. This is my producer's workout for GBB 2025.
How nice.
Let's go.
Okay. Rapping Loop Lab. That sounds like a fucking 909. Was this even the time limit? Okay, whatever. We don't have to deal with that. Okay, let me give out the points and then we talk. Okay. A couple of points here and there. Okay. Okay. Now it's good. Okay, so what I wrote, that interesting build choice for the category. Glitchy drums are really cool, but kind of thin and quiet. Was that a mistake on the drop? It didn't land for me, so soon over, I was interested in what's gonna happen. Yeah. The hi-hat texture is crazy though. Let me check how he did that. Was that from the metronome? It sounds like a fucking 909. Well, we will never know. Because the other stuff doesn't sound like a metronome. But that hi-hat sounds like a... yeah, whatever. Yeah. Producer category is kind of hard, if not impossible to make criteria that pleases everyone. Exactly. Yes. Just simply yes. Okay, Toonie.
Me and Small Walker for Grand Beatbox Battle 2025 World League Producer category. Hope you enjoy.
You can't escape from here. You can't go back anywhere. Because this is that we are alive. We are alive. ready to face all your fears? Are you ready to embrace all of yourself? And are you ready to live your real life? Life.
Nice. Toony. Okay. Let me see that with the points that I gave. Where is he? Actually, yeah, kind of happy with it. I think it could be maybe like this and like this. Okay. Let me read my notes. Nice start, but as the beginning build and then that kind of granular sound that I just played, this. Yeah, and how the chord sounds and everything, it feels a lot like Raj, to be honest. The vocal mix before the drop was really muddy, but the drop is clean and very cool. But for this mid-tempo-ish industrial something, it's something that I kind of heard before. But I really like when the chords are coming back. That's epic as hell. And the second times the vocals are better because less things are in the way. As things start to build again, the vocals are getting also a bit muddy. And the second drop is way more unique. I like it. I like it. Great job, Toony. Okay. Next. Let me check some comments. Oh yeah, LFO, nice. Nice. Drums could be less beatboxy. Yeah, res vibes, definitely. Yes. Yep. I don't know. Yeah, Master, you got a point there. Yeah. Yeah, about the sound of yeah, I like the stuff that you guys are talking about, Watt and Jared. It's really interesting because yeah, it's the approach. This genre supposed to sound like super robotic, that's for sure. But it could be you know, it could be thought of as like a twist on the genre. But yeah, overall it's just about the feel. I liked it, but yeah, there might be still some you know, if you go the more natural way, then in other stuff it would be cool to have a bit more natural sound, so it sounds more intentional. But if you go the hybrid way, then the organic sounds should like super be organic and the not organic super unorganic, so you make contrast. And yeah, it's all about intention. Yeah, that's it. LFO, let's go. I am really interested in this one.
And my name is from China, and this is my producer Wildcard for GBB 2025.
Wow, that's an intro. Wow. Okay. Wow. Damn. Damn. Let me give points and then we talk about it. And Lilo, I have to say that I was part of that decision and I'm super happy about it. And we're going to talk about it. And thank God my pillow is not warm on both sides. So yeah, we're going to talk about it in a second. Okay, giving out some points. Where is that wild card? What did I give points wise to that? Okay, I see. Good. We're almost there. We're almost there. Okay, something like that. Yeah, that works. That works. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's talk about it. We don't talk about it. That's the song for today. Okay, I'll read my notes. Insane vibes instantly. Damn that build. It feels like the thing. Um, it's so true to the genre, but still original. I love it. So balanced on every level. But this is my only critique too, though. There's no big contrast because everything is quite loud always. But it could be a decision, but this is my take on it. Vibes are insane. So, you guys might not know, but I had a phase where I did this kind of psychedelic music, and there's a pretty famous Hungarian duo called Operencia, and I did some opening show for them. Also, I was so into this genre. They are also with playing keys, and there's a drummer guy, and they making this not like psy dub techno psychedelic whatever it is, and yeah, I'm really into the genre, and this was super legit, and I like the Asian vibes, and the wildcard begins, and it begins. This is how a producer wildcard could and maybe should sound like for me. Taking the sample, and already we're on it. Beautiful. 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 Awesome. I really like this one. There are now a couple of ones that I really like, and with the 2 spots, this is gonna be tough, but yeah, that's why I'm here to make hard decisions. About the 3-minute rule, I think it's more than legit. Last year it was more, and I felt like that people can't use that time, and actually, especially with the genres that people choose in the most of the time, it's already the time of the songs are going down, even in just produced stuff, like not in battle in any ways. And in producer category, you don't have to count for a build time. Like, you can have it just midied. You can have so many options for you because everything is allowed. And in my opinion, if you can't make a song 3 minutes long, because you need longer, well, I don't know what to say. Like, in 3 minutes, that's the perfect time to have as many drops as you want, have as many build-ups as you want, but still not to be boring. And also, take it into consideration that I have to watch, even in this category, like, 30 of these? Imagine that everything is 5 minutes long. It's already super hard to judge. Already. But then judging 5 minutes compositions, either it's gonna be even harder, or the gap is gonna be just so big because there's gonna be only one guy or two who's possibly even kind of living up for the time frame and can fill that time frame entertainingly. And yeah, 3 minutes is just the perfect, and most of the songs are around 3 minutes anyways. It's just perfect for everything. And you still have 30 seconds of wiggle room in a producer category, where it could be like 5 seconds wiggle room because you can time everything. Everything is allowed. Like, come on. So I think everything into consideration, yeah, 3 minutes is really good. So when I heard it, I was super down for it and said that, yeah, I'm supporting this idea 100%. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, I get your point, Master. But I have to be honest. It's still a competition, and in a competition, you can't be like fucking Mozart and come in and say that, oh yeah, but I used to for 2 hours operas. Like, okay, cool, but there are so many other things to take into consideration. And this been happening back and forth with the elimination times also in the solo. There was a year when the solo elimination was longer, and everybody on the judges' part, not everybody, but most people in the judges' part and on the organizers' part both felt like that it's just too much. We are not ready for it. And I felt the same with the loop and producer, honestly, that sometimes wildcards are just going unnecessarily long. This is something that you have to take into consideration, that especially in the loop category, come on, like watching over 100 wildcards, not just the pure watch time goes up, but it's even harder to judge. And what do you say to the ones who are like to do 1.5, 2 minute songs like Skrillex nowadays? Because what else to do? Like, yeah, I build it up, I drop it, build it up, drop it. That's the genre. I'm done. We have to meet somewhere halfway, right? Because it can't be it can be a thing that everybody's gonna be happy. So we have to meet at a point where everybody can fill that time frame quite entertainingly, and nobody's getting basically fucked. Neither a judge, neither a competitor. And I saw one more question that the 2 spots is a weird choice. Were you involved in that as well? Yes, in the sense that we need at least 2 spots because producer category was about to be deleted for multiple reasons. And this is not a, oh yeah, let's hate on Swiss Beatbox, they wanted to delete us, let's hate on someone because they wanted to. No, there's not one person and not 2-person decision, and not 1 person and 2-person ideas going back and forth. But there were a lot of people who wanted to delete producer category because it didn't felt organic to the event, although it's something that is amazing for pushing the boundaries, and that's why it was quite easy to make this argument, and mostly everybody agreed on it that it should stay. But we have to rethink the frames of what is possible and how is it possible to make it part of the event. And also, producers battles right now, in a sense, they doesn't make sense. So that's why there's gonna be more showcasing for producers and just one battle, because yes, that's what it is for. And we try to keep the pushing, but yeah, there were years when or 1 year, I think, when there was a category tag team loop, and that got cancelled too. Like, we try out our ideas, and then we see how it went live. I don't know how many of you were there live, but yeah, that's weird. Producer is perfect to get loopers into mainstream production, another way around. It's a bridge between worlds. Yes, but also no, because, for example, for me, to enter producer category, it doesn't make sense because I use my instruments and I want to use my instruments. What about that? Huh? There's always an argument to prove your points, but if you're there live, if you're there on these talks, everything starts to make sense in another level. And there's this assumption going on in this community that whoever making the decision, they don't think about it, and I know it better. I wasn't there live, yeah, okay, and I'm also 20 years old, and from my couch I'm very smart, but I sorry to be like this, but this is something that goes along a lot, and so many rude approaches are happening because people somehow just assume that whoever is deciding is not thinking it through. Man, the amount of meetings that I was even involved in, and I'm not associate with SBX. I'm working with them, but not for them, in the sense that I don't have like a job there. And still, I was in so many meetings, and I know that they have even more. They try to make the best decisions for everybody. And when I say everybody, I mean the public, the artists, the judges, the organizers themselves, because at the end of the day, it's their competition, the sponsors, right? Because without the sponsors, there's no event, and they have some saying also, which sometimes is something to push back on and say that no, we're not gonna do that. So that's still happening, and you have no clue of all of this, yet still there are some claims going around. Not this one, this was really chill and fine about it, but I'm just using the opportunity to talk about this because I see that you have a point of something, but just don't assume that the decision is coming from a place of hurting, not thinking it through, and just throwing something out there. It's the opposite. It's the polar opposite. It's the same as like when judging is happening. I just got used to it. That you think through your decisions. You're in the situation when your back is against the wall because you know that people are gonna be hurt anyways. You don't want to hurt anybody, but it's kind of your job to make a ranking of artists, and still people just throwing shit and saying that, oh yeah, judge number 5 was so bad, and like, yeah, did you ask judge number 5 why did he make those decisions? That's why we try to push more these clarity and transparency things that judges doing live streams, judges giving written feedbacks, yada yada yada, because we and all the others have their reasons, and just look at all the lists. Usually they are super different. Doesn't that tell you something? Maybe it tells you that even people who are acknowledged in the scene and been pushing the scene for years, they don't agree on stuff. Then whoever just comes in and not agreeing with those people who are way more acknowledged, and they put something to the table for the scene for many years, and they don't even agree, and then somebody just comes in and say like, oh, they are all wrong and I'm only right, and like, whoa, what the fuck? Why don't we even just think about that? Why is that? Because that's the main question. And I tell you, because it's art. And there's so damn many points to be taken in consideration. And with organization also. Like, why this? Why not this? Why not that? Okay. Have you ever, by the way, I'm not pointing at you, by the way, who was the question? Never. I'm not pointing at you. This is a generalized thing. And neither you, Lilo. This is a generalized thing. That have you ever thought about writing all your ideas down in a constructive, organized manner and just telling SBX about it? Because they would be open if there's a constructive and organized way, and not just like somebody hopping on a call and like, yeah, so I thought that let's give everybody $100 million. Okay, that's cool. No, like, come on. But if you have good ideas, write them down, organize them, reach out to SBX. You can reach out to me. I can reach out to SBX, and you can make a call. It's been happened with multiple people that they did it, and the ideas were implemented. And actually, that's how I got also kind of involved with SBX. That I was saying to them that, okay, I like what you're doing, but I have these ideas. Can we talk about it? Now, not even half was made, but we took the time to talk about it, and they explained to me why they can't make it that way. But there are still some that in the making, and you know, it's just a big conversation, and you guys don't realize how fucking young is this art is, and how everybody just thinks that Swiss Beatbox is this mega corporation who doesn't give a shit and like oppressing artists and stuff like that, which is couldn't be farther from the truth. And it's ridiculous that no real cooperative stuff happening, just blaming all the time. Actually, year by year it's getting better, but still I see the general tone is like that, and I don't know what to think about it, because I know that, you know, young people like to like revolt. I was like that too. Also, emotions are involved because you are getting judged on your art, which is super weird and hard to take. But yeah, 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 yeah. There's so many things to talk about. And again, please never and Lilo, don't get this like that I pointed on you and this is aimed for you, but these things are triggering a lot of things in me too that I have to face. Well, not daily, thank God, but let's say weekly. And I think we need better questions, and I think we need better assumptions or no assumptions. And also we need to move on to the next producer wildcard. But actually, I'm happy that that this came up, and you know, just keep it in mind that there's so much things going on, so many perspectives that you might not be aware of, and you know, it's impossible that everybody's aware of everything. It's also impossible. Yeah. And if GBB is so bad, why does everybody want to go there? Like, come on. Like, I don't know. There's so many things in my head. Yeah. Yeah. So please, guys, don't get it personally. It's just made this one come out because even this wildcard season, I just saw so many weirdly phrased questions. Let's just say that really politically correctly. Yeah. Kind of. Yeah. Anyways, hope you get what I'm talking about, and let's move on. I already gave points to LFO. This was really amazing. Yeah. I was making a point about everything is always so loud and the drop doesn't have impact, which could be a decision. But also I could use a little bit more like, you know, for example, there was this. Yeah. This part was like still very intense. Very, very intense. And we're going a little bit lower, but when this part hits, it just doesn't feel like that really arriving, like, yeah, you know? but this is such a minor thing, and it means a good thing for LFO that I'm talking about this, because this is kind of subjective and such a minor thing. Yeah, big ups. Next, face lock.
Yo, my name is Festrock. This is my wildcard for GBB 2025 producer category. I hope you enjoy.
Headmaster, I see you. Nice. Face lock. Okay, what I wrote down. Super Mario got in some crazy mushrooms. I love the vibes. I like the panning details. Where are we going though? That's the question remaining. I love the approach though. Sound set wise, it's getting a bit monotone on textures. I had this very weird idea in my head during listening to this one that I would enjoy this like 200% more if I would know that, for example, he's a guitar player and he's playing this live. And this is a really interesting aspect of music and performance in general, that the fact that you know that something is played live and it's fast and it's virtuoso. For example, I did listen to a lot of guitar virtuoso music like John Petrucci was basically helping me to get ready to my final exams. I listened John Petrucci while listening to history. I see that memory and I feel that memory right now in this room in Madrid when I was 17, getting ready to my final exams and listening to John Petrucci in the meanwhile, and these crazy arpeggios going up and down with Steve Vai, with whatever, Guthrie Govan. I love those guys, but there's that live aspect, that those crazy runs and arpeggios, I know that it's performed live. And although I enjoy the harmonic aspect, what I hear, but also I lose so much on that I know that he's not playing it by hand, but it's just an automated sequence, which is so interesting. But music-wise, I know that Japan really likes this fusion stuff, and I like the sound of it. Competition standpoint is the textures are getting a little bit like monotone, and yeah. Toshinabasi, hell yes, Animals as leaders. I used to have my running sessions listening to Animals as readers and trying to figure out the time signature. It's not even a joke. Yeah. It's kind of the same watching a human versus an AI play chess. Yeah, it's a little bit like, I don't know how to put this into words, because it's kind of empathy, you know? That when you see somebody doing something on a very high level and you physically see them doing it, you're like, wow, shit, I wouldn't be able to do this. And how hard did he have to practice to get this level? Oh my God. It's like going to circus. It's going to a sports event. It's not just the game, but the level of the players. Because you go into the sports game with not that great level of players and you're like, yeah, it still could be a nice match or whatever. But when you go and you see everybody's on top, and you know, it's just something else, because that kind of empathy in you, that, oh shit, oh, this is super hard, and would I be able to do this? I'm not sure. You know, that kind of thing is still a thing. And yeah, but sound wise, I really enjoyed this one, this kind of progressive approach. All right. Yeah. Next.
Sup?
Nick.
This is Nick.
Hmm.
This is my producer.
I remember
Wildcard
him
for
from
the
last year.
GBB 2025 World League.
He had some also nice progressive approach. Let's see what is coming up this year. Coming up with this year.
Quando eu era pequeno, eu bebia água da garrafa de um amiguinho e... Reeps.
Wow. Okay. I appreciated this one a lot. What I wrote down. I love the sinister synths, but I don't understand the words. Wow, where did that came from? Nicely said, caught me off guard. Glitchy percussions, yeah. Nice build. There was a break in feel I didn't like. Oh yeah, I have to rewatch that. It was somewhere before the... Okay, let me finish my notes. Haha, the LS Dreams vocals. It's a bit unclean though. Super progressive approach. I really appreciate it a lot. Let me check that break. Where's the... Was that here? It's here. No. Here, so the break should be some.
Let's do some.
This one. Whoa. There's like an extra... Oh, it's... I'm not sure about this one because this could be kind of a progressive approach too, but on this one the best progressive things are feeling natural, even when it's meant to feel unnatural. With how can I say this? You still want to have the feeling in the audience that you are 100% knowing and owning what's happening. You might not understand, viewer, listener, but it's okay. You're in good hands. And in this moment, I felt like I'm not in good hands. I see where he's doing a hand gesture, so it's intentional. But composition-wise, I feel like either it has to be set up a little bit better or has to have a bit more emphasis on it. Yeah. Maybe a little bit reverse hi-hat kind of, reverse crash kind of thing leading up to it. So, yeah. Or if you want it completely... Maybe before to the end beat, reverse hi-hat that, something little leading thing is missing for me, so I don't feel it as like a what just happened, but I feel like a whoa, what just happened? You know what I'm saying? Because the rest of the track is that whoa, what just happened? This moment was a what just happened? Yeah. So I really like the progressive approach, really tight on the bass, super tight low end, like damn. Yeah. Really, 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 really cool thing. I enjoyed and remembered him from last year, and I really enjoyed this one too. Great job, Nick. Yeah, let's move it on. We have a couple of more. Actually, not too much, so we might be finishing before midnight. 2, 4, 6. Oh, cool. Okay, let's go.
My name is Kuroa. This is my workout for Beatbox Battle 2025. World League producer category, but this is too hard to me, so I can't well, and so short video.
Oh, okay. This is gonna be
Hope you
really
enjoy.
under time. Yeah, 1:35. Okay, let's see though.
You know I wanna win, so I'm a human. You know I climb many times, so when I go outside, you know I gotta go. So say to the world, I don't care. So when I go outside, you know I wanna win, so I'm really human. You know I cry many times. When I go outside, when I go outside, when I go outside.
I wish it was longer. Damn. I didn't write that down so much because it was so short, but I like the experiment thing, and I can tell it's from the voice. I like it. Fuck yes, finally someone doing this. I've been waiting for solo beatboxers to enter the producer category, basically beatboxing, but affecting the shit. Maybe even automated or hand triggered affecting. Because why not? Like, you can do that, and you might not win a wildcard or whatever, but it's a great way to push the art form. It's something that I'm trying to push to organizers. In Vokal Total, that's an acapella competition that is having beatbox and loop, and there's a acapella category which is augmented, and you can and should use effects. And by that idea, I was trying to tell beatbox organizers that why don't we have like an augmented beatbox category where you beatbox but you should use effects. You can have your own sound guy and just automate or whatever all the effects, and your beatbox is live but everything is just expanded. I don't know exactly what happened in the Vocal Box Beatbox Battle now in Florida, but I guess this is somewhere along the lines where Tionap was playing a vocoder and beatboxers were beatboxing and he played the vocoder on it or something like that. I don't know because I wasn't there, didn't watch the stream, but I like these extensions, expansions, experimental thingies. But also these need competitors who are really invested in the idea. So yeah, that's something. Okay, just quickly writing some points. Obviously, because of the undertime, this is gonna be low ranked because no matter how many points I give, but they're gonna be deducted so much because of the undertime. Yeah. Okay. Kind of done. Okay. Cool. Let's move it on. It's time for Slather. Yeah, but great job. How to pronounce Kuroa? I hope it's pronounced like that, but great idea and great job. And even though it's a short video, I'm super happy you put yourself out there. Thank you.
And this is my wildcard to get into the Grand Beatbox Battle producer category. Look, there's people behind me.
Oh, haha. Nice. Okay.
That's why I can't be alone. That's why I can't be alone. I can't be alone. That's why.
Okay, let's fucking go.
Don't know how you've never noticed how there's always been two of me. One side highs as the other showing. Oh, how I'd love to live free. All I breathe is lies in the form of lies, creating stars I need to breathe. Yeah, I know the price for using all these eyes to see what lies ahead of me.
I would be interested if it was really one take. Slather. I saw you before in the chat. Was that really one take or not? Well, you can lie easily, so I won't take it into consideration. I'm just interesting. So interested. So whatever. This is giving me a hard time to evaluate. And I'll explain why. Just give me a little bit of time. Okay, it's kind of okay. Kind of. Yeah, I'll need some rewatches, but yeah. Yeah. Okay, let me read my notes, but now actually my speech is gonna be way longer than my notes. So, energy on point. I love the loop approach that he's actually is looping. Love the jazzy house chords and the vocals. Damn. Whoops, I didn't write here. Whoops. Chords getting a bit too washed at some point, and the bass is a bit too rich and overpowers some other elements. I really like the reverb effect where it's pushing back the vocals, and everything is so nice. The structure with the making people sing competition wise, I am not sure if it's a good choice, because it's just less you're showing of your music. Because let's see, I wanted to check how much time.
I need you to sing with me, alright?
2:42.
You guys suck.
Okay, so it's almost 20, that's like 15 seconds of, you know what I'm saying. It's a decision, and I really like the track. I really like the video. The silent disco idea is so good. I love it. Competition standpoint, you just lose time to show stuff and show music. Yeah, that's it. The reverb effect that I was referring to. Whoops, where is it? Maybe it's not even just a reverb, I don't know, but I like the mix of the vocals. But I have to say, sometimes, especially when things go crazy here, it's just everything masking a little bit. If you listen to where the bass, the edge of the bass meets the synths and also the vocals, it's just getting, yeah, masking. Yeah. It's a really nice approach, and I like it. But he's still singing and showing off his amazing vocals in the crowd part. Yes, for sure. But he's doing that for the whole song, so it doesn't give me anything like extra. If maybe he would do like 3, like let's imagine. Okay.
You guys suck. Sing with me, alright?
Like.
Sing whoa, whoa. Sing
Yeah. Here, if instead of he's choosing to do like, imagine that he would do like a crazy fill, which the crowd cannot do. That's something like, whoa, okay, I see your point, because you do too basic. It's something that, for example, I like to do with non-beatboxer crowds. That I'm like, can I get a yeah? Okay, can I get a hell yeah? Can I get a or something, just a basic beat, and they're like laughing because obviously they can't do it back. Imagine this in this context, that can I get a yeah? Can I get yeah? Can I get a? And he does like a crazy line, and the crowd is like, yeah, we cannot do that. Okay, like game over. For that is But yeah, for showmanship, scores high for sure, but showmanship is just one category. And even with the crowd interaction, he would score high on that, because he's got super high energy, and I love that. And I have to say that some people texted me that he should be disqualified too, because you can hear the crowd and something. But first of all, now seeing the video, really, like, if we want to disqualify people, maybe yes, but first of all, we don't want to disqualify people. Second of all, I don't found any rules that is stating this, and other people, for example, did that when they do silent recording and their video starts, they do but it's not audible in the microphone, and you can hear that it's coming from the camera audio. And then we should disqualify also those people, and it's just for the sake of disqualifying. What kind of rules you are feeling that Slather is breaking here that he should be disqualified for. I watched with a very critical eye, and I don't see any problem with this, to be honest. If he would loop the crowd, that would be borderline, because it's not his voice, and that would be a really good question, and something that we should think about, by the way, by rules to, yeah. Did he loop the crowd? No, he didn't loop the crowd.
I don't know how you. So, I need you to sing with me, alright?
Yeah, I see the point that in his microphone the crowd wouldn't be this loud, and this is like a thing. We could make a rule about it, but disqualifying for this, that would be just basically being an asshole and wanting to disqualify someone, in my opinion. Yeah. Yo, hi Mix, good to see you. Yeah. Okay. So whoever thinks that this should be disqualified, you get my official statement that no, this is not going to be disqualified. That would be just dumb. Yeah. Still hard to put it. But for now, before rewatches, I like where he falls. Then I do my rewatches and make it final. Okay, next. Den. Okay.
What's up? This is Den from Canada, and this is my producer wildcard for the GBB 2025 World League.
What's it gonna be?
All love you
okay.
The most.
Estás bien. Estoy bien. Mix. Gracias. ¿Y tú? Oof, it's really harsh. Oof.
2025.
I'll love you the most. Your love is bringing
Okay. Okay. Wow, it's getting hard to point these. Oh my god. There are so many things I like and some stuff that I'm not sure about. Fuck. So many aspects. This is why you should never judge art compared to each other. That's what we are essentially doing for so many years now. Not there yet where I want him to be. Almost. Give me a couple of more seconds. Okay. Kind of good. Again, I just read my comments, but I want to talk about it more. Okay, beatbox is quite harsh on the top and everything is quite washed, but the vibes and skills so nice. I like the beatbox sound of it, and the melody is so sticky. I mean, easy to remember. Vocals, 3 exclamation marks. These two wildcards with Slather and then it's like really, really great vocal skill for both of them. Like, damn. Both Slather and then big ups on that. It's more of a flow than a super structured thing. So yeah, that's what I feel a little bit, that I like the free flow, but also I feel like there are so many things are thrown out there and not structured, and also the mix is not like perfect, that I'm drifting and enjoying the skills, but as soon as I have to judge, I have questions. And when I have questions, it means something. I'm not sure how intentional is that he's throwing out so many things and it's not structured. Because, for example, when I see his like these medley things, when he's like, you know, you see like 10 of Den and he's just singing Spider Horse medley, for example, that is super structured, but still like having this OTT vibe, you know, over the top. I mean, that is like kind of this Jacob Collier and Snarky Puppy approach when everything is super arranged, super going on going really in the face too much, but it's really intentional too much, and that's why you kind of like it, that it's too much. I don't know how to say it. But in this one, I a little bit feel like that it's too much, but I don't feel that kind of intention behind it. In some point, I feel like the thing is flowing, and as if I don't have to judge it, I really damn enjoy it. But as soon as I have to judge it, I feel like that a little bit more structuring of what is needed and what is not, and when is needed and when is not, could be beneficial. I feel like there are so many ideas and vocal ideas, especially, and basically, I feel like this is 10 songs in one, which is again an approach, which I like. But on this one, it could be also the mix a little bit. Everything is so washed out, and most of the things are feeling equal, and I don't feel what is there to support and what is there to be on the front, except the vocals to be on the front, of course. Yeah, I really have to rewatch this a couple of times because I don't know how I feel about it, and I'm 100% sure that I can't verbalize properly what I want to say. So sorry about the useless feedback, because it's really hard for me right now to verbalize what I think. And this is a good and bad thing at the same time. But I really like the approach and the sound that producer Wildcard, but it sounds like beatbox. I really, really enjoy that. And definitely there are some super amazing ideas, parts, and everything in there. Overall, I don't know what to think and say. It's going high for me. I just don't know how high, and I have to re-listen this quite a lot. So, Dan, you're amazing, and I'm so sorry for the useless feedback. If you're interested, even if you're watching or if you care, maybe after the announcement, I can tell you more. Because right now I just need more watches, but I want to finish the last 3. So yeah, yeah. I know Sikik. Yeah. I'm not sure about just how he structured it and how everything plays out and how sometimes there are some crazy arrangement when everything hits together, and then other parts I feel like that why isn't there an arrangement? I just have so many questions, and usually when I listen to music I don't have this many questions, even if I listen to something that I don't understand for the first listening. And it's my intuition telling me that there could be some compositional things that is not supporting him 100%. In a competition standpoint. Music standpoint, I wouldn't even think about shit and would just vibe along and just flow with it, and that's it. But I'm just in a different mind frame right now because I need to be. Because I have to compare it to a dubstep track or a drum and bass, like, you know. So yeah, it's yeah. Okay. Anyways, let's go on. And again, then if you want, I'm 100% sure I'm going to be able to verbalize my thoughts better when I listen to this more. Just not right now. Hope it's still something in there. But I have to say that I really like it. That's for sure. Yeah. Next. Yeah, I think. Okay, let's go, Biscuit.
USA, and this is my producer Wildcard. Yeah, that's right, for the GBB 2025. I got my handy dandy second device right here. It does all my MIDI. It's better than a launch pad. Let's go.
Okay, he's going that way too. Okay.
Run this.
Oh, and he's going MK1. Is it?
Sound, I run this rhythm into the ground. I need to know if you're ready to fucking headbang with me. You already know, but if you don't,
run this.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, he used it more than, for example, who was that? Yasweed and Silent JB. Yeah. Okay. Let me do one more thing. Yeah, kind of falls where I want him to fall. Good. Like the power on the vocal sample. Wow, the run this. I really love that one. Pushing the limits of that machine is always dope. The run this sample is so good. Things got a bit muddy on the second half of the first drop. Details, bro. Like, this was my written down stuff. Insane amount of details coming out of that damn machine is ridiculous. I used it exactly one time. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. This reminded me a lot to like a Fred again sampling way. I really like it. And when then before the drop,
Real shit. You know I'm running this. Mark 1 rhythm. King of this shit. You're tuned into the Biscuit sound. I run this rhythm into the ground. I need to know if you're ready to fucking headbang with me. You already know, but if you don't, run this.
Yeah, that sampled run this is sounding so cool. I love it. It's yeah. Of course, Mark 1, so it's not sounding as clean as some other producers, for example, Nick. The sound sonic qualities are different, obviously. But I really enjoy this one, and of course I like rhythm and dubstep, so yeah. So that's for that. Not enough Dan hate. Anybody took what I said about Dan as a hate thing? I said like multiple times that this is going super high for me. I'm just not sure how high. And that I really love it. I just don't know what to think about it. So maybe I misunderstood something, but if you feel like that I was hating on Dan, oof, sorry, I didn't. I'm just not sure about how I feel about it, except that I feel good about it, but I'm not sure how good I feel about it. So, yeah. Anyways, okay, sorry, I didn't watch all the chat. Cool. Great job, Biscuit, in both one, and he did a solo and also tag team, right? I didn't see his tag team though, but man, Biscuit is getting to be some of my top solo beatboxers. I love his textures so much. Like, oh, by the way, you're in the chat. Biscuit, man, so good in each category that I saw. Every wildcard is so fucking more than legit. They are super cool. And I don't know how many other beatboxers do we have in the community, just constantly being there in the top in each category, like all categories. That's sick. So big ups on that and pushing every kind of ounce of music out of yourself. That's awesome, man. Okay. Okay. No. Jay Sanch.
Yo, what's up? This is Jay Sanch from the United States, and this is my producer wildcard to the GBB 2025 World League. Let's go.
Is it gonna be that breathe? Prodigy? Yes. Let's start phase 2. Let's go. Drop it now. That's an ending. Okay. Much love, Biscuit. I really hope to see you soon, for sure. Yep. Yeah. Just much love. Yep. Okay. I need to point this, which is not going to be easy. There are a lot of great things about it, and there are stuff that I'm not sure about either. Let me just do this real quick, and then we talk. Where is he now? Yeah. Nope, not yet. I need to adjust. We are kind of getting there. Okay, I have him where I want him for now. Okay, so I'm not sure about that kick. That is literally my first comment, and I just remember that it was the same with his loop wildcard. We're gonna talk about that really soon. The low end lacking a bit, but energy is so on point. Oh shit, there's the low end. Haha. Overall, some disjointment in the mix for me. We're gonna talk about that in a sec. Laser thing is so dope. Crazy sounds, man. Amazing. I feel that the bass is pushing so much on the limiter when everything is on, the sound is wobbling a bit. It would be really interesting to listen to some of these wildcards, and I think I'll do it because I did it in loop too when I felt like it's needed, through some analyzers too. That is, it's just purely my nerd side, because I hear what I hear, and that's the important. I just like to know the reason of why I hear what I hear, and I would be interested to see the LUFS on this one, because it sounds super for me. And the thing is that, okay, we're gonna talk about this later. For now, what I want to talk about, again, Mark II Launchpad, the textures, man, especially in the second part, amazing. What the fuck? It's crazy for me. It's insane. Doing the cover thing, yeah, this is a really famous one. It wasn't the one-on-one. It was a nice use of the famous melody and then drifting another way. So I like it's not a one-on-one cover. I appreciate those more. That you take something from it, but not so many little things from it, if it makes sense. So you take the main element from it to use it in your stuff, but then everything is kind of different. For example, I had during the loop really hard time with Martin Banati's Wildcard, because it's so good, but the more I listen to the original and the Momoite, is that how you pronounce the brass band, the rework of that, the more details I realized that he took from the original song and the rework. And I don't know how I feel about that, because still his voice was so good. But I'm not here to talk about Martin for now, but just saying as a comparison that those kind of covering, which he called a rework, but he's took so many little detail ideas from those, and he added so many little details ideas of his. That kind of covering is making my brain go like, oh, how the fuck do I judge this? It's so hard, and it made me think so much. This kind of covering is a bit more easy, because on the beginning we're kind of, yeah, melody, okay, then we go. Of course, there are so many covers of this thing that, it could be something that I don't know about, and it's in general, it could be so many ideas in the loop scene, as we know, being not stolen, used without giving credit. But in this one, I felt like that, okay, we take the we take the breather, and then on the second half, it's just a completely different thing. So I'm easier going with this. Yeah. Okay, Slather saying that he messed up the drums once, so it's a second take. Okay. Yeah, I do think the feedback on the making the third crowd work vocal something technically impressive, a really cool idea though. Oh, okay. I really like if you had something useful out of what I said, and I really liked your wildcard. Yeah. Sometimes my mind with the wildcards that I really is going to the points of the little details that I don't like, and I talk about those because my mind is like, oh yeah, but it's so good, so like let's talk about those little details. And I know it's not good, because sometimes it comes off as if I don't like it and don't emphasize on how good it is. I'm trying to work on that. So yeah. Yeah. But back to JSanj, I would be just interested to see an LUFS reading on this one. Should I do it? Actually, we have just one more, and we are so over midnight already, and you guys are still here with me. Hope you don't mind it. I just want to kind of do a quick recording of your wildcard and see an LUFS read, and it's just my nerd inside is not calm about this. Just want to know if what I hear is because of what I think it's because of, or if it's because of something else. I'm like that. I'm sorry.
Drop it now.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's not. No, I already see the waveform that it's no. But then it could be an inside limiter. Jason, since you're in the chat, do you have your compressor in the loop station, the output compressor turned up to a higher level? If you hear this, I would be interested in your answer. Because I hear this weird pumping. It could be phase cancellation also. I just don't know what it is, and I'm super... Yeah. Although... Oh, interesting. Yeah. Yeah, but can you hear what I'm saying, talking about on the... Okay, so the inside compressor. So it's not the... for Red Frost, good guess, it was around -9. But it's the inside compressor than what is giving this stuff. You know, the bass is the enemy of compressors and limiters, to be honest. That's why, for example, I would be interested to see people's faces when they get to know like how loud is subfocus mix, for example. Yeah, but okay, I'm drifting away so much. So Jason, great work. These are little details about, you know, you're working in a super sound and cleanliness driven genre, because it's all about that wow factor. And when these little details are a little bit like flabby, that could be a thing that takes away from an experience a little bit. But it's crazy that you do this with this device, and I'm only talking about this because this is a competition. If I wouldn't judge, I would be just enjoy. You know, it's a really good and really bad place to be in as a judge, because I just can't listen to these wildcards as I want to. For example, when I listen to the solos, I'm just like, wow, what the fuck, and I don't care about anything, just enjoy. So yeah, yeah. So just talking about for a second that when you see, for example, drum bass producers, there's not so much bass in their mix. And earlier years I was wondering like, why? It's drum and bass, what the fuck, man? And then I realized that they're pushing up the volume to, I'm not kidding, -2 LUFS. And if you do that with a lot of bass, it's just gonna sound crap and distort and have this weird, this kind of bumpy sound, because the limiter is basically distorting. Or if you set it so it's not distorting that much, then it's pumping, and that creates it. And that's why you have to find the right balance and your artistic decision. Either you want to be everything like boom in the face, super loud, but a little bit less bass, or you want to go, you know, more bass and less LUFS, or somewhere in the middle and be Skrillex and just be a god about it and treat everything so perfectly. Yeah. Yeah. Because basically, the amount of bass feeling is not just about LUFS and not just about bass loudness, but also about surrounding and how filled is your mix with other elements. And it's just a lot of conscious things coming together. And yeah, this is why this genre is super amazing for me. Because when I hear something like the Quest for Fire Skrillex album, I'm just shitting my pants only just for the sound quality. And then there are the composition itself, the ideas, the samples, the vocals, the everything. It's just oof. And hearing some of those stuff in a big speaker system in Siget main stage last year, it sounds so damn amazing that even if I wouldn't like the song, I would just like the sound itself. That's why these genres are super close to me. Yeah. Yeah, and when you play in festival size subwoofers, you don't need heavy bass presence. Yeah, everything sounds bassy on those because those are meant to be like overpowering. But still, I'm telling you, man, Skrillex just sounds different. His own songs on big system, it just sounds and hits different. And I tell you this one, then we listen to the last one and we're out. But I just wanted to tell you that it's crazy that I learned this about a couple of years ago. That basically the amount of bass is also comes down to your source, of course, but you would say like, okay, sine wave, cool. That's it. And yeah, that's an amazing sub and cool. But for years it's been a thing that, okay, we can distort a sine wave, but if you think about like clearly visually about the sine wave, you can distort it so many ways to give it different shape, and that's going to create different sound, or vice versa. You create different sound and that results in different image. But then I watched the Mr. Bill video. If you don't know Mr. Bill, seriously, just go and check the guy out. And he's a super nerd about everything, and he's explaining stuff so well. And he, as far as he explains, he learned this trick from Copycat, who's also an amazing producer. But the thing is that with sine waves and with bass in general, if you think about it as like a math thing, like there's the zero line and the sine wave is going above the zero line, then below the zero line, there's the positive phase, negative phase, and there's zero, right? And if you push the sine wave more to a clipper, it's getting more time, basically, because it's getting clipped. It's getting to spend more time on that positive phase and the negative phase on the top of the phase. So practically in the macro or micro or I don't know what level, you can still maximize loudness. And when you shape your subs with that approach, that you get a visual feedback also, you get the ear feedback that, damn, you just realize that these two things correlate. So I can create a great sub only by watching an oscilloscope, or vice versa. I can check my sub that, okay, it sounds good, but is it objectively sounding good? And I can check it with looking at the oscilloscope and see how the sine wave actually shaped. Crazy shit. Yeah, if this makes sense. Yeah. And interestingly, from there you can make, in my opinion, you can take a sine wave, clip it so it's spending more time in the top of the phase, and then also by filtering it, you reduce the top harmonics, and you still doesn't really change how the oscilloscope looks, but the feel of it, because it's not that rich on high harmonics, it's still even bassier when you want that. And it's crazy that you can go through these things and you can engineer sound like really an engineer. It's yes. Yeah, Mr. Bean low-key better. True story. Yeah. Yeah. So amazing stuff, which as you can see, I'm smiling talking about, and I'm so excited about shit like this, and realizing also that, for example, sometimes it's your composition that doesn't allow to sound bassy, because when you have a lot of chords and a lot of leads and everything in the mid and high range also, you can crank the bass up, but it's not gonna sound nearly as bassy as if you just go more the reverse approach and don't push your chords and leads too much and just leave more room in the mid range. That's why, for example, it's an old school thing for getting more bass. Instead of boosting the bass or something, just doing a 500 hertz cut. Like, that's one of the most old school EQ move to create a more bassy feel. But that comes with a lot of different sonic things that you might like or don't like. And yeah, I really enjoy when somebody's aware of all of these and making their decisions consciously. And yeah, it's just so interesting for me. Anyways, Chaos, let's go.
Yo, I'm Chaos from Germany, and this is my wildcard for the Grand Beatbox Battle.
Whoa. Another interesting question, really. Sorry. By the way, I know about Chaos with the green screen. It's crazy. Poor guy. It literally happened on the day of Loop Mayhem 360. So if you mix on high versus low LUFS, how does Spotify normalization change the sound? I don't mean louder or quieter, but the punchiness and the cleanliness. So the thing is that Spotify, if you have the normalization on, because it's something that you can turn on and off, right? If it's on, it's the squashed sound, especially a beautifully squashed sound, not just a boom squashed, but a really engineered squashed sound, it still has its sound. And sometimes there are, let's say, amateur producers who create a drum and bass track and just squash it into the limiter, and it still sounds like a little bit wobbly, but it still sounds like drum and bass. And there's a more experienced but not advanced producer who's aware all of this shit and like, okay, Spotify asked me to like master to minus 14 LUFS, so I bring down and let the dynamics breathe. And then you listen to his drum and bass and it doesn't sound like drum and bass that much. Why is that? Because drum and bass over the years became this super loud genre, when the part of the genre is to push everything loud, like minimum -8, but that's the minimum. So it's a little bit like when you do a drum and bass on -14, it sounds a little bit like rock with less distortion. I don't know how to say it. So it's not sounding bad, but you just feel that something could be better. I don't know how to say it. That's how affecting your mix. But how Spotify just turning down, whatever, it's still gonna be the same volume as everything else, perceived volume, because LUFS is perceived volume, but it's still gonna sound of that squashedness. And some people like that, some people super like that, some people like midway like that. I'm a little bit like midway person. I would enjoy a world where I could just master everything to -7, but now now that my album is going out really soon, I did some back-to-backs and mastered everything 2 ways. So one song, for example, on the loud parts, I push it into -4, and on the loud parts, then I push it to -7.6. And there's just a sound difference, and it just I like the dynamics that I get with the -6.7, but it just sounds more drum and bass with the -4. I don't know how to say it. It's just a weird thing that the more you start to listen and do what I recommend, if you guys into this kind of shit, what I recommend is to have your MK2 set up. That's what I do. And from Spotify, record a couple of songs, normalization turned off, okay? And then you turn on a limiter, put everything that the limiter doesn't do anything, but it's there on the limit. Take your own song, put it to the same volume. So now you monitor that everything is on the same peak volume. Do the readings on your songs and the other songs. listen for the sound of it, and if they don't match, maybe push the limiter a little bit on your song, so you get the same LUFS, and you might get some distortion. It might not gonna sound super good because mastering and mixing is not just about pushing a limiter, but you still get an idea how would that sound if you mix consciously, so you can get to that loudness nicely. Super interesting stuff, in my opinion, for me. Yeah, I like to do this in my free time. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. I started using music and mastering got to my head. Man, just listen. Do what I just said. Listen to reference tracks of yours and listen to your song as like a draft, kind of back to back, and don't turn up your headphones too loud, because then loudness is just clouding your judgment, and kind of decide which range you decide to fall. For example, I would like to fall in more to the -7, but still I mastered it louder because I was like, okay, it sounds more like the shit. Yeah, okay. Let's listen Chaos and
2025
then we're
World
done.
League producer category. Let's go.
Yo, these wildcards sound the same, but this ain't no motherfucking game. For this battle, rise again, my soldiers. Why are you afraid of my monsters? They keep calling me insane, so the voices in my brain tell me to release my pain. Paint the ones with their blood stains, feel their fear inside my veins. Don't regress my fucking name, but I know a game's a game, so listen up and get it in your head. A wildcard is a wildcard, and not a fucking track. Check, your skulls get crushed, we turn your bones to dust. So yeah, we grab you little fuckers and take you to hell with us. bring the fire, we bring the screams. My unholy forces will shatter your dreams. We let the blood rain. All those voices in my brain, maybe they are fucking right, maybe I'm really turned insane. Come on, join this battle for a better game, and I'm bringing you to space one last time to Japan line.
Okay, definitely a rewatcher on this one, and I'll explain why. I'll need a little time to point, and then we talk. And then I'll just say something to Never, because he had an interesting comment there. Still on the loudness topic. Yeah. It's funny watching him just dressed like a Jedi in a green screen. I know it's like a big cathedral thing. I saw My Stories without sound. But I don't care that much. I mean, I care more about his energy than his environment. And it's unfortunate that the computer couldn't handle the load. Okay. Oh, around the ballpark. Okay, for now it's fine. So, amazing cinematic design already. Chaos Trash Talk activated. I love that. The first thing that was a little bit like, for me is the snare and cymbal is not even separating. The snare has so much high end. Listen up and get it. Which is a thing in mostly older drum and bass. For example, there's a track that is my all-time favorite things to reference to in a bad way. The Wilkinson All For You. He's like a huge producer, Wilkinson, if you don't know him. And there's a track All For You, and there's just some white noise on the top on the choruses, which is just all the time, and it's so fucking annoying. Well, you know, mixing is not everything. It's still a famous and amazing song, so that's for sure. But and this one I felt like this thing too, that DnB producers like to overhype highs, but this on the snare for me is just way too much. The sound designs and the textures are crazy, but I think on the second, or I don't know how many, the end drop is a little bit too washed out. And it wouldn't be a problem that there was the synth. That was that one. And you can hear that reverb tail. That wouldn't be a problem, but the mix is so full already that having that reverb tail is just like adding to making everything a bit noisy. And yeah, that's those are my negative points. But by the way, I really like Chaos on the breakdowns. Usually his breakdowns for me are... Whoops. That was amazing. so much character and vibe.
We bring the fire, we bring the screams. My unholy forces will shatter your dreams.
See? For me, this is more interesting than the drop. The drop obviously is neuro, and neuro is like, I don't know how to say it. It's meant to be like just this fluid of sound, just making you go insane. But this is so good.
We let the blood rain. Join those voices in my brain. Maybe they are fucking right. Maybe
The vocal mix is a little bit like everything is in the foreground again. I don't know if he uses any, like, I don't know how to say this, like, there must be a term for it, I just don't know it. This resonant sidechain, for example, using Soothe or even ProQ4 or whatever plugin that analyzes your voice and cutting just the right frequencies on the other stuff. But sometimes that even not enough, because everything has high, everything has middle, everything has everything, and your voice is just cannot be understood that much over that.
we are really turned insane. Come on, try this battle for a deadly game. And I'm bringing you to space one last time to Japan line.
Yeah, those lasers are super cool. Yeah, I like the drop, but for me this part, which is essentially is the drop, but it's just different approach. It's more like just the empty thing and preparing for the drop when it hits with the full drum bass drums. Yeah, I like this part even better than the drop itself. Again, these are just subjective comments here, but I definitely need to rewatch this one a lot. And now I have a couple of ones that I need to really rewatch. Yeah, but I still have time till Friday, I think, on this one. And probably on Wednesday afternoon, early afternoon, we can do the whole crew thing. And then I can just finish them both. Super chill. Although, yeah, when I go the rewatch phase, it's like, wait, that's insane. That's when I'm getting super nerdy and super long. But I do that off stream because I need that, being alone for that. Okay, there are still people in the chat. You made it through. Oh, and there was a comment from Never, which was interesting. Yeah, my friend always tells me this song great, but you mixed it too loud, too quiet, and I'm just sitting there confused as shit. Man, quick tip on that if you want. What is too loud? Like, what is that? If it doesn't means, if he means that you mixed it too loud, and he means it that he can hear artifacts of you pushing a compressor or limiter too much, that's one thing. If he's just saying that it's too loud or too quiet, it means nothing, because it could be your choice as long as it's not sacrificing or even degrading something. For example, Biscuit had the loop wildcard, crunch it, which is literally called crunch it, and I guess he's also just going into the internal compressor as hell and having the internal compressor there, and you can hear that weird kind of pumping of the sound when he's pushing everything into it and when there's not too much pushed into it, and it's just creating this thing, which could be also an artistic decision. Anything could be an artistic decision, but we're talking there about artifacts. If we're talking about artifacts, why he's saying that it's too loud, or he's saying that for this genre you need to go a little bit louder because it's part of the sound, then it means something. So if he says that, my advice is that ask back, what do you mean? Why? How is it hurting my song that it's too quiet, too loud? What are the artifacts or the lack of artifacts that you're hearing that would benefit my sound? So just be saying that this is too quiet or too loud, that doesn't mean shit. That doesn't mean anything. Yeah, I seen impedance in the stream before. Check that the PART1 producer. He was really cool. Impedance was really cool. Yeah, I remember. Okay, there's still people in the chat. I have an album coming out. Do you want to listen to 1 or 2 songs? Just for you, because you guys are still here, and then I'll go. But it's like 2 songs is like what, 6 minutes around. So if you guys down for that, or you guys interested, I could show 1 or 2, and then we can go sleep. And yeah, I would like to have my songs on similar volume, but I will ask him. He's a great musician. I wanted to review all my tracks with him. Anyways, thanks, Kristof. You're welcome. But again, just ask for specific. Like, what do you hear that is lacking or hurting my sound, and why are you saying that it's too loud or too quiet? What do you mean by that exactly? So yeah, I think that's the most important. And then still, if he means that, do the modification that he suggests, and then also kind of A/B everything on the same peak volume and decide for yourself which sound you prefer artistically better. That's it. Because releasing songs is not a competition. There you do whatever the fuck you want to do. If artistically you just want to fart into a microphone, nobody's gonna give you points for that. Maybe not too many people listening, but yeah, it's up to you. So yeah, would love to see you competing on GBB stage. Well, last year, yeah, you can watch me one, the crew. I was competing with them last year. Wink, wink. I know that that's not what you mean, but yeah, we watched Raj already last stream. So if you wanna see that, yeah. Okay, I'll just play 1 song for you for sure, and then we'll see. I'll play the only song from the album for you that I think is the one that you would expect from me, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, for a second, let me see if everything is working out here. Of course not. Where are you? There are you. Oh yeah, it's super loud. Fucking hell. You're probably not hearing it yet. Okay. Let me see volumes. Oh, it's not that loud. Okay. Actually, it's just loud in my ears, but not in yours. Why is that? Okay, let's see. Whatever. I'll just play it in whatever volume it is. Why not judging the video with this CGI? Because I don't care that much. I care about his energy and not the CGI. I will watch it for myself, but I'm not judging the CGI. I'm judging him. And he believed that the CGI is there, so his energy is on point.